Hey everyone, on this week's episode of Chun Up, we're back and it feels so good.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Welcome to the show. My name's Christian Buckley. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, shared it with friends, family, and loved ones. I sure did. That did, however, take away from some of the time I wanted to set aside to chip away at the old backlog. Didn't get a chance to play any more Fallen Order yet, but I dedicated 12 to 2 every night. That was Death Stranding time. That was me in my room, locked in on Death Stranding, and that's what we're talking about today. Certain games have this atmosphere to them where I want to be locked in. I can only be paying attention to them if I can shut my phone off, fully immerse myself. A lot of the time I just want to be isolated in that world because a lot of the open world of Death Stranding is very quiet. So I wanted to just feel that. I wanted to put myself in the shoes of Sam Porter Bridges and feel the weight, the weather, and everything that Death Stranding had to offer. So I wanted to treat myself, lit a candle, put my LEDs on the back of the TV up so the room was illuminated. It was very nice, very relaxing. Made a cup of tea every night, sat down, just chipped away at Death Stranding for 2 hours. And that, honestly, that added to my experience with the game because there are certain games where I love having a podcast available, something like Destiny, if I'm not playing with a buddy. I love queuing up some podcasts, like the Easy Allies podcast, the Min-Max show. Anything like that, hopping into a game like Destiny, Fortnite, Apex Legends, where, yeah, my focus is on the moment-to-moment aspects of the game, but the quietness, the music, the sound effects aren't super integral to that experience. So I have very fond memories of playing vanilla Destiny and listening to some of my favorite podcasts. Death Stranding wasn't that. Death Stranding is something that I wanted to be headphones on, hoods up, fully immersed, phone off, sipping some tea. And I think that it's just very nice to have games like that. Breath of the Wild, for instance, I feel like is a bit of both. I love the atmosphere that Breath of the Wild presents. Not a huge story-heavy game, but the little chimes, the instances where music does show up, they're impactful because of the times when it is so quiet. So I don't like to cheapen those moments by filling it with a podcast, an album, or something like that. I've been doing the same thing with Jedi Fallen Order, so when I don't have a chance to play with the headphones on, phone off, hood up, I probably will play something else, because I really do like dedicating specific atmospheres, getting myself in the right mood for specific games. It's probably a huge detriment to when I actually get to progress in these several, occasionally 100-hour games, but it just adds to the overall experience for me, makes me happy. But when there is a new game that I'm very highly anticipating, I like to treat myself. Last year I got a PlayStation 4 Pro, the Spider-Man PlayStation 4 Pro to be exact, which came with a new DualShock 4 controller. It's very nice. Should have brought it into the show today. It's red, white buttons, white sticks. White buttons can get dirty, but I'm very immaculate and obsessive over keeping my controllers clean, so no food. If I'm eating food, it's with a fork. If I'm drinking something, it is out of a glass with a bottle cap or something. So no spillage. The controller's clean, and I save it for important games. So Death Stranding absolutely booted up the brand new DualShock 4. New games that have come out recently, they always get the new controller. One of the trademarked gamer rituals, though, I know, is Call of Duty. Call of Duty launch night, Doritos and Dew, you get those codes for bonus XP. That's always something. Specifically for me, not necessarily with COD, because I haven't played a COD since World War II. 60 years old, can you believe that? That was a dumbass joke. Thank you. There is a stereotype you can associate with the gaming community where everybody just eats junk food, but I like saving it for specific occasions, so not necessarily playing the games, because like I said, you need to keep those controllers clean. But if there's a big event, if there's like an E3 at night, a presentation at night, a Nintendo Direct that's supposed to be a long one, or something like the Game Awards coming up very soon, I'll get myself some Taco Bell, you know, get a Doritos taco, sip on a Baja Blast, the nectar of the gods, pizza rolls in the oven, like I do. Go for it.
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
I love Hot Pockets.
They suck. They're never good. And it just adds to the enjoyment. I like making events out of my hobbies because it makes it more fun for me, makes it more enjoyable for me. But that's my weird thing with all my games and gaming habits. I'd like to hear yours though, so be sure to comment down below. Tell me what your specific gaming rituals are, because I'm very fascinated. I know a lot of people have a lot of different ones. I know a lot of people enjoy shutting music off in games, like Bloodborne, no dialogue, treating Bloodborne as a podcast game, which is sacrilege because that thing is a master of atmosphere. But different strokes for different folks. That's gonna do it. Happy to be back in the studio. Gonna have a few more episodes coming out through the rest of the year. But if you're here on youtube.com/joyclicks, there's a number of shows you can check out, from our Star Wars podcast to this show right here, occasional videos here and there, and in the very near future, maybe some video game streams. But to maintain this show in the coming weeks, months, and the rest of the future of JoyClicks, we are funded through Patreon. Patreon.com/joyclicks is where you can go if you want to be generous, support the show. Feeling kind. For $2 a month, you get early access to our podcasts. There are several tiers available. We have a Discord that is linked in the description if you want to help make that grow as well. But that's going to do it for this week. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And until next time, happy holidays. Following a leak, we have confirmation of when to expect the next PlayStation State of Play. This comes out on a Monday, so tomorrow we have a brand new PlayStation State of Play. I'm excited, but one of the things that is absolutely going to be there is Resident Evil 3 Remake. I'm excited for that. I played Resident Evil Remake earlier this year for the first time, loved it to death. It's in my top 20 all time. Picked up RE2 for Black Friday. Very excited to check out RE2. Hopefully we get some sort of Batman news out of this event or the Game Awards, but exciting times ahead for new games. So, see you next week.
Okay.